there's a lot of a reliance specifically on the T side for Tarek being able to make that first entry because they're a big fan of cat hits and whatnot. And if he ends up failing on that one, then these guys will find themselves quite troublesome to actually get into the bomb site and succeed for the rest of the round. But we are going live now, folks. A quick into the action, actually, is Fugly caught out in the open. Summit's going to find the first kill. JDM as well is going to fall to Davey, so they get quick control of Long, and they're going to try to push themselves over to the A bomb site. Smoked is not a complete coverage, but it's enough to really funnel up Cutler there a little bit. He won't be able to find too many opening shots, so they'll get control of the site completely and get that bomb into the ground.
I like this. I like the call from Splyce. I like the aggressive nature of this pistol round. Just get your mind off it. Don't spend any time thinking about the round, any mistakes you might be making or have made in the past. Just get into the action. As a team, the knife come out. Arya cleans it out before Davey can get in there. So pistol round on the board, started to move past the mistake. 1-0 for Splyce.
That's going to be a good start now, as you talked about, getting the ball rolling early, putting what happened in that last map behind them very early on are going to be good. Let's focus on the now. Let's not worry about what happened previously. And getting the advantage, of course, we're going to see the usual investment. 3 AKs coming out for Splyce, 2 SMGs also following that up with Davey going for the MAC-10 buy in Summit. Picking up the MP7 as now they roll themselves into the site, but Tarek, look at him going up on top. Him and Hayes, 3 kills, now looking for a 4th. Freakazoid, he's stuck in that tunnel. Tarek almost goes down, trying to round this back into his own control, but now they just picked up a MAC-10. The JDM's able to post up outside, almost finding Tarek with that nade, but a little off the mark. And JDM, with some fancy footwork there, almost was going to try to jump in for the kill, but for the time being, they hold their own restraint, and Splyce is going to be allowed to fall back outside of the tunnels.
Yeah, and there's going to be an opportunity for him to recover from this because no one from CLG took advantage of that action on the other side of the map. No one pushed up towards A, got a quick flank out long. There's no map control really for him, so it's just one player spotting in mid just to see if Splyce crosses back either from T-spawn, that's Fugly, just trying to grab the intel of which side of the map they're going to be on. And Jason R, I mean, this is exactly what I talked about. Now, despite the fact that CLG didn't push up and get any kind of a flank, Splyce can't possibly know that. So they have to be very cautious. That's why you don't see Jason R pushing out, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, because Freakazoid is still in upper B tunnel, so still very much dedicated to this B hit. And CLG has this read pretty well. 2 players at the B bomb site. Fugly's now going to rotate over towards A. They're just going to split the defense 2 and 2.
And now to hold things back off a little bit more, too. JDM, nice pop-up. Managing to shut down one of the remaining players, and now it's just on to Freakazoid. And of course, everybody else from CLG is going to rotate over very quickly. Freakazoid does find the trade over onto JDM, but now he's got a very limited amount of time to get himself into the site itself and still working the 1v3 with only 44 HP. No utility to actually use the entry, too. Only has the decoy grenade, and that's really not going to do all that much. So he has to push in. Spotted 1 player by car, but it's going to be Fugly that shuts it down with the SMG, and the immediate bounce back comes in from CLG.
Really nice round from Tarek on top of that box, getting those opening 2 kills. Hayes as well. Good way to start the round, obviously. No trades coming out for the Splyce side, so 1-1. CLG responds after the pistol round. Investment into this from Splyce. They have armor, they've got the upgraded pistols, Tech 9 and P250. Davey on the scout as well. He's got no armor, but with the scout, see if he can land any cheeky headshots very quickly. JDM, a lot of pressure. He's got to have already called that they're already up catwalk. Fugly's got to be careful. Don't overextend. Don't swing too far wide. He commits to that fight with a crouch, but he gets away. A nice headshot as well, but now he's just going to see the bomb site. He's going to let him have the plant, and it's going to be a retake for CLG.
Splyce getting the plan at least, but this cannot be a victory until they absolutely decimate CLG and try to take control of things once more here. Almost seeing one of the players already overexpose himself there, and in fact, he's going to do it again, but it is enough to find a trade at the very least, and Davey, well, could have been a nice turnaround, but it's not going to be plausible. JDM shuts it down, Tarek finding another kill, and then Cutler finds the final frag of the round. Will be 2 in a row for CLG as they do take control early on of things here, and that will force the guys from Splyce onto a save.
Nice round. Smart play from Fugly just to see that bomb site. Don't get picked off there with the M4. Don't give any chance of them recovering that and having a good post-plant situation. So CLG strings a couple together. The plant is going to help Splyce out. Probably not this round. They may invest in some deagles or some upgraded pistol, but it's going to help them more on the gun round where they can get some nades behind it. You're going to see Jason R there pick up that deagle. P250s, Tech 9s come out, and just minimal utility. No smokes, 4 flashbangs to use, but it's going to be aggression from CLG. 1 in lower B tunnels, 1 in the B bomb site. They just want to clear out this portion of the map, but it's a lot of pressure towards long, much like the pistol. There's all those flashbangs that are used to get out, but the Molotov stops them. It renders the flashbangs useless, and CLG now, they just mop it up.
Cutler just going off, 3 kills, probable to get the 4th too. If we do see the peak coming out from the Freakazoid, Fugly's going to be able to steal it away though. And there you have it, a quick one for the guys on CLG to start off 3-1 after the pistol does not go in their direction. A quick response. And as well, with this just being on the saves now for the guys on Splyce, might be able to justify a force up here in this round. And in fact, they will be able to go for the buy. Glass cannon up included on Arya.
Well, there's how important that plant was. If they don't get that plant, Arya doesn't have an AWP in this. And once again, very fast-paced. This time, JDM's not close to mid to know this. This is actually really, really dangerous. When JDM rotates back, they're already out. He gets that shot, though, gets there just in time. Now he can hold the corner, a second one as well. Summit falls, going for a third. There's no utility from the cross, and he's going to win that battle as well. JD upcoming huge on this defense, and he gets the fourth one. Massive plays. And he's still just lounging.
Very calculated, trying to keep himself focused there. A little bit of a smile at the end, but a big play from JDM there to go for 4 kills there and dominate the first gun round in the favor of CLG. Splyce, though, upgraded pistol run coming in for these guys, but JDM right back at it again now.
Oh, he's
pushes back out.
He's heating up now. This is going to be a scary map where the Hop can exert such dominance. JDM having these couple rounds now, you can see with that kind of aggressive confidence play that he's feeling very good about his shots.
Tapping away from Hayes, too. Look at all the damage he's done. Davey down to 15 HP and Summit down to 70. Going to be looking for more as they do try to push him, but still nicely done. And JDM a second in this round. Hayes and Tarek find the final couple of kills there. That's going to be another one. CLG off to a hot start.
Yeah, this is a scary moment for Splyce now. They've got to get on the board very, very quickly and try and cool down, try and shut down JDM, because this could be a nightmare if he continues this terror. And the question is, last time it was a glass cannon op. They do have one again, but it has armor at least behind it. It's on Freakazoid. He's got a good spawn towards the B bomb site. This is Splyce keeping things very simple. Look how grouped up they are. It's a 4-1. He's going to try and get that pick, but a Molotov and a flashbang is going to hold things back. JDM, of course, is going to win that battle. No issues there for him. The op is at least salvaged by Arya. And he's going to go for more. That's a nice flick onto Hayes.
And now with that pickup, too, right back down to an even 4-on-4 scenario. Splyce going to regroup their players towards mid. More than likely going to end up looking for themselves over towards a cat execution, but another nice shot coming in from JDM, taking down Summit, taking him out of the picture. They're going to boost up a teammate here, too, up onto the box in the event this ends up being a mid to B, but it's definitely a cat play once more. Already posturing themselves up. There's not a lot of pressure on the site. Good thing is they pushed the members of CLG further back, but at the same time, they still have Cutler and Pick to deal with if they try to go a little bit more and out for some more control.
That's the best call that could have been made from Splyce. Once they realize JDM's in CT spawn, they know he can't be over towards car. They know he can't punish them trying to cross into the site. So very intelligent. And now Arya, he shuts down Tarek. One more is going to be coming in the flank. It's going to beat past that Molotov, and that might actually surprise Arya. Yeah, thinks that Molotov is going to hold him, but he wins the battle anyways. Turns just in time. It's a little bit of a bummer for Fugly. What can Cutler find? If he can get one kill, alleviate some of the pressure, then JDM would be able to get into the action. Until then, if Cutler can't find a kill quickly, this is just going to be a safe call. Although the Molotov forces Arya out. There's the pistol. Cutler gets one as well, and he gets the second. The retake is perfect, but do they have time? They're getting here very, very late.
It's going to be so close, but I think it's going to be just a little bit too late. Nope. Just under half a second left, it looked like. But Splyce do end up winning it out in the time of the bomb, and they'll pick up a second round of their own. But with all players going down, not really doing them any favors, as they're still going to be very low on the cash flow.
Just a couple very nice shots from JDM. And it's a good thing that Splyce won that, because you could see a world in which CLG just starts running away with this just based off the op play. But yeah, I mean, look at this. They win the round, but 5 AKs, no ops, and they're already down to just 2 smokes for the rest of the round. Still massive advantage for CLG.
Quick positions being postured up, though, however, inside of the upper tunnels. 3 players ready to execute there as soon as the initial CT smoke fades out. But with plenty of room for CLG to re-smoke that or molly it back out, could end up being a rough one for Splyce. They need to try and throw some of their aggression elsewhere as well to try and throw this off of just a little bit. JDM, though, sit behind the box. So far, he's been basically the hotspot every single round so far, and it's going to be again here. Up to 2 kills. Just took down Davey. Now looking for a third. Finally missing that shot, but he corrects it. Takes down Freakazoid. He was frozen in that position. Couldn't do anything about it. And now Fugly going to push out. Almost finds one of the 2 final kills. Brings Summit down to just about 9 HP. Already at 78. But still, CLG have full control of the situation. The bomb has gone down, and these final 2 are stuck in mid with nowhere to go.
Yeah, they have no utility as well. This is the thing, a very smart decision by CLG to split up, or to change into this double op setup. One goes down there to Arya, but knowing the low economy situation that Splyce was in, realizing that the utility would be very low, double ops, there's going to have to be a lot of aim battles taken by Splyce, so the double op is perfect for that. Arya, what can he do? That's a sick shot. Cutler jumps up. That's a punish. Still a 1-on-2, though, a long way to go.
But now trying to push himself into this, and not really a whole lot of time left. 30 seconds, still not any real utility. He's got the flashbang, trades out to an M4 now. He's going to try to go in. The pop flash going just over the wall. Not really going to connect, however, onto JDM further back on the platform. And he's going to find another 4K. That's the second one he's had so far in this half. I believe he got another 3K at one point, too.
Yeah, he's had a ridiculous start to this match so far. This is just a really good sequence, not feeling too much pressure. And this is, I mean, there's just not enough utility for Splyce to use to kind of make him feel uncomfortable. One Molotov can force him out, maybe double nade through that smoke.
Jesus.
15-2 in 8 rounds. It's not too bad.
CLG starting off strong with the hands of their opera coming in powerfully. However, he's going to miss his first connection shot, almost losing a teammate there too as he had pushed aggressively up to Xbox. That's Tarek, but thankfully Splyce themselves aren't able to react to that in time, and they do allow Tarek to escape further back behind the wall. Fugly, though, out in the open, doesn't even know how to handle himself. Freakazoid takes it down. Davey finding another kill, and there's what? No kills whatsoever coming out here in the favor of CLG. Splyce is running away with a couple of these for free. JDM did pick up at least one frag here on the Davey, but now they're in retic mode, and in a 2v4, they don't really have a whole lot of room to work with here.
Yeah, and they're splitting up as well, which is a little bit scary. Now, JDM, there's a lot of room for him to work with out towards long. Freakazoid, he's going to be the one challenged. JDM has the corner, misses that shot, misses the opportunity. Freakazoid wins it. That's nice stuff, but CLG, the real error in this round is this catwalk defense, overextending, being over-aggressive, not able to land enough kills. Knowing they're going up against pistols, no reasons to play these close angles. Fall back towards the A bomb site, use the range of those rifles. And, I mean, now this double op setup that Tarek and JDM are utilizing, it's going to start becoming expensive if they can't continue to win, because they've sustained some heavy losses, and rebuying those is very, very costly.
Splyce getting themselves back into the mix a little bit here now, but they do have to bring CLG down. However, they're off to a good start, it seems. Hayes on only 20 HP for some reason at the beginning of this round. He is, however, going to make up for that by decking Arya. The double dink there and the molly to combine it all. Davey, in the meantime, is investigating some action back over to Cat, but that's going to be destroyed by JDM. I thought he was being sneaky, but it's definitely not the case. Spots that coming from a mile away. Shuts down another player from Splyce.
Yeah, you can start to see in kind of this terror side that Splyce has had so far. It's been very fast-paced, very aggressive. That round was very individualistic. Arya gets isolated and forced forward by the Molotov, and it's an easy pick off for Hazed. And then Davey trying to pick into the A bomb site gets dropped by an op, the easiest shot that JDM's had all game. Still good presence for CLG. They've got eyes on mid. Not anymore. That smoke is going to hurt a little bit, but Fugly, I believe there's a gap on the right side if Fugly can find it, to at least have some knowledge of what's coming. He sees nothing out mid. Meanwhile, it's going to have to be a beast, but that's all that's left. Summit is here. That Molotov dealing damage. He's still in the fire. Just gets out of the edge.
Hanging out right now, but still in a good position there. The problem is going to be getting away from here and actually pushing into a site, as he does not have a whole lot of room to work with it. He still has an impending power of Fugly working against him. In the meantime, though, Cutler still holding on, and Fugly wins that duel against Summit. So for Freakazoid, is that last one alive? He really doesn't have anything to do. He's got the bomb in hand at the very least, but now we're just going to see Hayes pushing right inside of the tunnels and shutting him down regardless. So no saves at all coming in from the side of Splyce, and it's another round where they're just, for the most part, shut down. Yeah,
nice recovery from CLG after losing that anti-eco just to pistols. Not letting that continue, picking pace back up. So good opening kills. Splyce kind of throws away a couple opportunities, and they're back onto the P250s, sitting just above $2,000 on most of their players as well. So next round, especially if they can get a plan, but you're going to have to run through a Molotov. They smoke it off. Hayes, he's the only one here at the moment. He's got to be very careful. Isolated in the bomb site. He does have a teammate rotating over. That's JDM with the op covering him very well. 2 kills for him. Hayes still alive, not committing to any fight. This is really nicely done from him, just buying time. And now he's able to get a couple kills. Actually, I don't know. I think it's one. He only got one at the end. The rest of his teammates did all the work, but he makes the smart play.
Essentially just sitting there making sure if I need to kill, I can, but the rest of my team's here, so I'm just going to hang out for the most part. And obviously it's JDM, a guy that comes out as a big power fragger up by the window. Tarek supporting from the main door there too. Not a whole lot of progress made by Splyce, although they do get a good start with that one, but just not able to really make a whole lot of momentum to get themselves towards the site itself. So Splyce back up to a buy. No op in presence, unfortunately, and they do have to downgrade Summit over to a Galil. But beyond this, still have the 4 AKs on the board. Decent amount of utility working its way into this one too, but now CLG, with the big advantage they have, they're going to start to play aggressively, and you can see that in the form of Tarek pushing out to the Xbox and trying to watch for a player rotating in from the upper tunnels. Not going to make the connection though, but at the same time, there's no punishment on him as he's allowed to freely fall back behind the doors once more.
A little bit of change in strategy from CLG. Tarek, because for a long time has been one of the B players, and when they have this double op setup, he's normally the one in window. JDM's the one at A, but not this round at least. And how is this peak going to come in for Splyce? Flash comes out, Tarek turns away from it. He's using the edge of the smoke very well. Nice flick. He's got to do a little bit more, at least stay alive. Fugly's there to bail him out with 1 kill. He eventually falls. Tarek, though, he gets a leg but can't find the ending. It's a 3-on-3 situation. Cutler living in pit for the moment, and he's very low. Tough situation to be in.
Flash is going to come out, not really going to connect, but with only 19 HP, any duel against him is going to be very hard to win. And there we go, Freakazoid taking it very slowly and very cautiously. Takes down Cutler, gets control of Long. But now we see the rest of CLG starting to shift back in for the retake. And there we go, the touchdown grenade coming in from JDM. Shuts down one of the remaining members of Splyce, but Davey up on top finds a trade for that one. Takes down Hayes. JDM trying to move quickly up to the site to get some extra pressure onto these players. Putting the op into his hands, trying to find the connection, but missing that first shot. Also giving more time for Davey to recover. He's going to find the one tap to end things against JDM. And the fourth round goes onto the board for Splyce.
Yeah, still plenty of money in the CLG bank, though, at least for this round. Hayes has 13,000. So he can drop some weapons over to his teammate, but nicely done from Splyce to get up towards 4. They've got to start stringing them together, though. They've got to eat into this economy. It's been so difficult for them. The op was so dominant early on from JDM that plenty of money was built up for CLG, so they haven't been in too much pressure in terms of the money they have. Cutler waiting at the corner long. They're already out. His flashbang's got to come out quick. It's perfectly timed. He has them all blind, but he can't land the shot. Now it's Fugly. He's going to do a follow-up, but he's got to get away. The Molotov doesn't come out to slow him down, and that's a nice peek from Jason R. JDM's now got to recover. He tags one. And there's Hayes in upper B tunnels, but it's a 2-on-4. He's got to get into the site.
Keep in mind, too, that Hayes is still way over in the B-bomb slate. Has to rotate all the way through. He's got a pretty safe rotation path, but as well, it needs to get himself in a good position to actually assist with his teammate here as JDM. He's going to be blocked out in a moment. Finds one connection before that does end up happening, though, as he shuts down Freakazoid. Sport going to be coming in a moment, but they're postulating if they even want to try and attempt this now as they reposition JDM. He's pushing himself back out, looking for at least one player that he may be able to find on the crossover towards ramp. But for the time being, definitely not catching it, as the guys from Splyce are posted up in their post plans, definitely focusing on the long this time around, having Arya along with Jason R still sitting outside of there, and it's Summit up on the bomb site. It's basically going to act as bait here. Hayes, nice recovery there after Summit gets the angle advantage to start things off, but now they've got to worry about long pressure. Molly goes, it actually looks like it misses, and they're going to smoke over that anyway, just to add that bit of extra confusion. They're going for the defuse. JDM peeking out, finds the first of 2 kills, and he finds the final one as well. And in the midst of all that, Hayes was defusing the bomb, so a good recovery from CLG, bounces them right back into the lead.
A little bit of a bummer for Splyce with that plant for long. 2 smokes left on the CLG side, and JDM with the op there to cover as well. Works out perfectly for him. Another nice round from JDM on the retake. 23-5 for him in this match so far. He's in carry mode. It's absolutely disgusting. It's insane. Only pistols now for Splyce. JDM, oh, he's under a lot of pressure. He's got to get away. P250's out. He's just trying to fall back. Doesn't want to fight here. They're trying to bait out a shot, but Hayes comes in for the support. That's nicely done, and Cutler over towards the long. And all of CLG sustains. It looked a little bit sketchy for at least JDM, but no losses taken from CLG. This is a dominant first half from them.
Tarek rounding back, of course, to close things out with a final frag pick up there. CLG now back onto the saddle here as far as winning these rounds is concerned. A little bit of a bump in the road with Splyce over the course of these past couple of rounds. But for the most part, they now retake control, and they're in that dominant form that they were right at the beginning of this half as well here. But Splyce back on another buy as we go into the final round. 5 AKs, still no op presence, unfortunately, but like we mentioned before, decent amount of utility coming into the mix here, and a double op setup still alive and well from CLG with Tarek picking up the secondary op.
It's so interesting how they're utilizing it, too, because they're putting both ops in mid. And you can see Tarek peaked, and now JDM's here as well. Tarek actually takes an angle towards lower B after seeing nothing. Hayes at the B bomb site, just waiting, biding his time for Davey. When does this peek happen? Is Davey going to clear this? He's not. It's going to be a free kill for Hayes. He peeks for more. There's nothing there. He has the intel. Tarek with a nice shot close up. And this has just been whittled down. 3-on-5 and nothing gained. No damage dealt.
And as well, the guys from CLG on that B-bomb site can start to get a little bit more aggressive too, pushing themselves forward to try and get a bit more intel. JDM inside of the tunnels will be able to spot there's nothing coming from this direction, and Fugly spots the cat head first, but he's not going to challenge it, just decides to fall directly back. We'll give these guys control of it, and they'll play for the retake instead, which at this point in time is actually a much smarter option considering they have the 5-on-3 going into the final round of the half. The plant's not really going to matter, because it's not like they're going to gain an economical advantage at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's such a smart call by Fugly just to live. A huge advantage as well, like you said, plant on the last round, no big deal. Let it go through. There's Fugly with 1 kill out towards long, capitalizing on his smart play from earlier. JDM, he's going to find the kill as the smoke fades. Summit, no luck for him. It's just down to Jason R, and he can't even get one. JDM, what a sick first half we have seen. That's something special from the Opera of CLG.
25 kills at the end of the day. 25-5. We still assume he didn't die any more times by the end of it there. Huge plus 20 KD for him. Absolutely dominating things. And it'll be a flip from what we had back over on Train. 11-4, but this time in the favor of CLG as they take a dominating first half on Dust 2.
That's just kind of dirty, and you could feel it. You could feel it a little bit slipping away very early on for Splyce. And we also mentioned, I mean, this was the big thing after how the first map ended. You knew they were just going to have some kind of a start, something to be happy about. And just immediately winning pistol and then losing the second round, that's such a high to have to go to such a low. And from there, it was just all JDM.
To start off in the second half here, Splyce now possibly facing elimination here from DreamHack Austin. If they don't find a way to bounce back and take this over to map number 3, they're going to need to get back into this. But we will go live, guys, into the second half now. Splyce up on the defensive side, where CLG moving over to the terrorist side now.
CLG taking a different approach to their terrorist side pistol. We saw essentially a long rush for Splyce, getting out very quickly. Smoke plumes on top of the Xbox. That's going to block off any vision towards Catwalk. And you can see CLG, they're staying silent through this as well. They don't want there to be any intel. But look at this flight from Jason R. He's making a huge play here. He spots everything. He's waiting for the right shot. He finds it. And he gets a second one as well. Fugly peeking from lower just gets decapitated. And now they have nothing left but to push into this A bomb site. They're boxed in. They have nowhere else to go. Summit, he's going to have a chance here. He gets brought down very low. He's got to get away, but not able to do it. Freakazoid is going to be here quickly, though. And they have no idea he's this close. Cutler gets one. He can stop the plant, and he gets the second as well.
Completely denied by Freakazoid. Nicely played there at Splyce. They've got their own chance to bounce back into this game now. They pick up their 5th round, and they'll get the economic advantage. Do have to be careful, though. It's obviously that same thing that happened to them at the beginning of the last half could very well happen here. They took control of both pistols on this map. But also, if they lose that second round, it just goes right back into the hands of CLG.
JD, I mean, why not put a scout in his hands? After the first half we just saw, he got armor, he's dropped over a scout by Cutler. Just see if he can continue that magic. Davy's going to get aggressive, knowing it's an anti-eco. He's got the MP9 as well, and he's clearing out upper B. So you can see the rotation coming out, and there's Hayes, actually. JDM shoots. Tarek even spots out Davy, but he's got to be careful. Just fall away from that fight. That's a losing battle. Call your teammates over. This is going to be Davy. He keeps pushing forward. There's 4 members of CLG here. So he's got to fall away. He's got to be very, very careful about how he plays the rest of this round.
Davy pushing up now. I think he does realize Tarek should be wrapped around this box somewhere, but in the midst of all of this, CLG did decide to fall back, and they're pushing around, trying to find the flank and get themselves inside of the tunnels themselves. But I think Fugly did spot. He's caught Davy outside, so there's another one going into the hands of CLG. Now 5 on 3.
That's such a smart play from CLG there. Tarek has that intel, and he feels the pressure coming closer, so they all fall back, and they wrap around, not to let him out, just to box him in those upper B tunnels. Now it's Freakazoid. He's got to get something going. He's tagged. Is he going to be able to get away? He's not. Fugly punishes it, and meanwhile, Tarek out mid is going to delay rotations. This bomb should be able to get planted in the B bomb site.
Summon and Jason R the last of July, but what's Jason R doing? He's still stuck inside of the pit right now. They still don't have the intel. This is going to be a B hit, so this is going to be such a long way away. And in all honesty, with his current position and the timing of this plan, unless Summit somehow steals away a kill right here, there's going to be almost no chance for a retake. But thankfully he does. Picks up one, almost finding a second too. Brings Fugly down very, very low to 28 HP. And now they've got a real chance at this one. And they almost, nicely done by Jason R. Catches Hayes at long range, and Summit rolls in and finds the final kill. And they will be able to hold this together now to find a 6th round.
That's got to be a little bit of a bummer if you're CLG. You had all the advantages, but a nice play from Summit. Good opening kill, good damage done as well, and you could see the idea from CLG was to push out. Felt the pressure in tunnels. They didn't want to deal with it. They pushed out of the B bomb site to take control of mid instead. They just didn't expect Jason R. It's actually kind of funny, the fact that he stayed in pit for so long, even though when that action was happening at B, it actually ends up being in his favor because they weren't expecting that kind of range to be there that late in the retake.
So CLG back down, of course, and not going to force the issue just as of yet. Putting themselves, of course, onto the upgraded pistol. Just P250s and 2 Deagles coming onto Cutler and Tarek. Jason R, in the meantime, pushing himself outside of the long doors. Holding an aggressive position against a possible push from JDM in a moment. But for the rest of CLG, they've got it ready now. They've lined up on Cat, and they're going to very quickly try and take control of this site to at the very least look for a plant in this round before they get the guns in their hands in the next round.
Cutler crossing his fingers, seeing if he can get the headshot. It's not happening so far. There's a nade that comes in, doesn't do too much damage, just flies a little bit past all of CLG. It was looking like a retake, but Summit is now going to be here, and him and Jason are just combining for all the kills. CLG can't get into this fight, can't plant the bomb. There's a good kill from JDM with the P250, but it should look like Splyce is going to be able to close this one out with relative ease from here. So 11-7 now. Splyce trying to make a comeback going into this first gun round.
And that is going to be the big test, though, of course, with how dominant we saw the guys from CLG being just on their last half with the guns in hand, specifically JDM too. I'm assuming if they even have the slightest chance of trying to get that into his hands, they're going to do it. And there we have it now. Plenty of cash left for him to be able to pick that up with armor sitting behind it, too. It does look like they got it donated over to him from Fugly. So that leaves the question as to what exactly Fugly's going to be working with in this round, and I think it's a Glock. He doesn't... No, there we go. They found an AK for him, so he should still be good. As Tarek finds actually the first kill, too, on a Jason R.
Yeah, now look, they're picking up the pace towards mid. They've got to be careful. Oh, they're going to come through the smoke. There's no need to do this. So much time left in the round still. They give up 2 kills. It is eventually traded. Davey aggressive still in upper B. They do punish that, but now the rotation is on. Freakazoid is going to get here to at least, if he chose to, he could have slowed down that push into the B bomb site, but CLG, JDM's waiting with that op, just holding the window. Cutler has the bomb, so he's going to be the one to cross over. There's the smoke into doors, so JDM's just going to support Cutler as he gets the bomb plant. Staying in the B tunnels as well to be able to watch their flank.
Now Splyce trying to shift over to get ready for the retake. They know it's coming into this bomb site. CLG trying to hold themselves up too. Planter holding in the safe corner, not really able to move out from that position too, considering the constant risk of a retake moving in, but JDM just barely missing that shot. It almost looked like it makes the connection, but that's the opening window now that Splyce needed to get themselves back into the site. They're not even paying attention though to Cutler back over here at the safe plant position, and he's not even going to grab those kills. It's JDM that picks up the final 2. And again, throws another round at the hands of CLG as they will be able to maintain their lead through this first gun round. Yeah,
really nice poise shown on that 2-on-2 from Cutler and JDM, not over-peaking, juggling the aggression, but this could have been a very scary situation with a man advantage, a minute and a half left in the round, jumping through the smoke. Arya could have just shut that down if he gets that 3rd kill, and JDM still on point. Tags both players jumping across. Davey and Arya brought down. Sky is on fire. Tarek now with the entry out towards long. It's a good opening for them. That shot looked like it should have landed as well.
Not going to be the case this time, though. Finally, just proven that he is mortal here. Jason R pushing out with the Deagle, too, finding 1 pickup against Taze. But for the rest of CLG, should be clear sailing out towards long to control the A bomb site, as there's no pressure there currently. And Splyce has been boxed out of the site.
Yeah, all control. So here comes the bomb. It's going to go for the cross. There is a huge gap in that smoke. So Freakazoid has an opportunity with this AK-47, but his teammates are just getting eroded away. There's Cutler to find him, and Jason R with the Deagle, the last one left. And he's boxed in on catwalk, so no chance of him even escaping with this AK-47. And why not try and go for it, see if you can get a miracle, but he's been spotted out, and there's Tarek. He's going to be the aggressor. 13-7, CLG with a chance to just run away with this one.
Finds a side swipe, shuts it down. It's still not necessarily a great economy built up from CLG when you look at the overall numbers right now. Still floating pretty lowly because of the heavy investment in order to get JDM with that op in the first gun round, but at the same time, Splyce here not really being able to pick up so many rounds once they do have their own guns in their hands. It's gonna look very bad. They need to string at least 2 of these together before they can break CLG and have a real chance to round this comeback. They're still looking for a chance to do that, but CLG now holding back, posturing themselves up at the top of middle here at this round. No reason to rush things. They know that Splyce has the guns in their hands. Freakos are trying to look for an early shot with the op. They see it coming, and JDM, nicely done. Just can barely spot that angle, but he peeks around the corner and has already taken down Jason R to start this round off with an advantage to CLG. Now the pressure's going to come back on Cap, but Summit's able to hold that too.
Yeah, Summit actually with 2 kills there. I don't think CLG is expecting him to be in the bomb site. Normally when you have an AWPer on that ledge, there's not going to be one. You know, the entire plan is take that shot, flash it, delay it, and then get back towards railing, but Summit in the site kind of throws all of CLG's counter. All the hell. Now it's Cutler close up towards long. He's going to get 1 kill, gets a second as well. Freakazoid not ready for that. Good find from him. He opens up the entire site. Now the bomb can get planted. They can even leave JDM back on catwalk to watch the flank.
And Arya pushing back up. He's going to look for the quick retake, trying to get back more aggressive here too, while Davey pushes himself up, catches him while he's throwing a grenade out, but still looks directly into that flash. So JDM is going to have the nice recovery, takes down Arya, and it all goes into the hands of Davey. But they're all looking out towards mid right now. They're not really expecting Davey to be pushed out here. Lines up the first kill against Fugly, has to find another one, but I don't think he's expecting a player to be all the way up on site. Knows he's safe from this angle, but he's got to check over to his right in a moment here, pushing up. Did not realize the color was going to be that close. The CLG once again shut this round down in their favor.
Nothing can go wrong for JDM in this game. It's just one of those maps. He even gets caught with a nade out, and the flashbang still works perfectly. This was nice find from Cutler. Patience walking up, no one from Splyce really checking it. Summit with low HP was probably a little bit scared to peek too wide. And back onto pistols for Splyce. 14-7 for CLG. It's going to be JDM at the corner.
Need to hold on here, but JDM, thankfully for the guys on Splyce, will miss his first shot. Still getting dropped down to 27 HP too. Big shot through that one, so not the greatest start in this round for him. But with only pistols and them knowing now that Splyce are really only bringing pistols to the party, CLG can change up their game plan to adjust for that, and more than likely to slow play this very cautiously until they can wait on enough players where they get an advantage, and then it's just a matter of walking into the site.
Eric just looking to see if he can cut off anyone from trying to peek, deny some information. And there's a nice shot from Jason R. 1D gun to Cutler. He falls. Meanwhile, the rest of CLG is relocated over towards the B bomb site. I said, screw it with Long. Arya's going to be the biggest one to test him here. He's on the platform. Rotation is in as well for Splyce. They've got Davey. That's a decent crossfire set up. And can Tarek clear out Jason R? That'd be huge, and he does. He gets tagged in the process, but he's at least alleviated some of the pressure. It's now Summit on this flank, pushed out Long. That's going to be huge. 50 seconds left. CLG, they've got to be very careful how they play this out. They're going to start getting encroached upon. They need to find Summit here. And he's going to have a huge advantage, at least in the first kill. Knife out, or grenade. Hayes responds. Freakazoid as well, 1 kill. He's going to go for more, keeps up the aggression, traded out by Fugly, but now Davey pushing behind. This is going to be unexpected. Oh, he misses his opportunity. That's not good. Now they know exactly where he is. He does have an op to work with. It's going to be so difficult in a 1-on-2, and the bomb's already gone towards Long.
Now shifting away from him too, just trying to avoid Davey at all costs. Tarek should be able to hear him pushing his way back over towards Cat, so we would assume now that Fugly will adjust for this one, but they're just going to flash him out, and it's working out great too. They've got him boxed. He's going to try to take that op shot. Does not hit the connection. Tarek shuts it down, and now CLG will sit on match point, 15-7.
Splyce is going to go on a huge run, obviously. 8 straight they're going to need if they want to force overtime. They're going to need a Summit-level gift given to them.
After that huge blunder previously. But even that may not be enough too, as Splyce is sitting way much further behind than CLG were when we had that unfortunate situation occur. As now for Splyce here, it looks like Arya might try to get a little bit more aggressive to look for that early intel on mid. The problem is, though, is that they're going to be expecting that coming. Nicely done, however, as Arya does connect the pop flash and is able to take down Tarek early on. They knew he was essentially getting aggressive almost every single round up to those doors previously. And it didn't look like the rest of his teammates were actually available to cover despite the heavy concentration of them sitting over there towards top mid.
Nice so far. Arya going to get aggressive through the smoke. Why not make these kinds of plays? Backs against the wall. Nothing left to hold back. He's going to get punished, though. Sticks around a little bit too long. That's a nice shot from Fugly. Jason R, that smoke's going to fade, force him away from that close angle at the doors. And I think he crossed just before Cutler could have missed him, so this battle might just come down towards timing. Cutler, the smoke is in place, the Molotov as well, just seeing if he can force anyone out of position, and Jason R is not going to fall for it, not going to peek. Meanwhile, walking out mid, Freakazoid gets the opening kill onto Fugly. Stops that from coming to fruition. That's going to force the rest of CLG just to get aggressive upon him. He gets one more. JDM, a rare miss. He gets the follow-up, though.
Now stuck in a 1v3, though, and also getting very low on time. Only 30 seconds left. He's just now pushing himself further back on mid to try and line up a smoke so that he can have a clearer path of Cat over to the A bomb site. He's really only going to have one chance at this. He did manage to dodge away from Jason R, who had started to shift his way further up Cat to get into a position behind him, but now he's going to find this final kill as well on the Summit before he can even get that bomb onto the ground. And even at that point too, Jason R at this point might be able to push him quickly enough. Tries to get fancy with the no-scope, but it is not going to pay off, and Summit will close out the round in the favor of Splyce.
Still a long way to go, but at least they live with 3 members alive, so they build up a little bit of bank behind those guys. Can continue to buy some of the Molotovs, some of the deep, have a lot of the nades bought out. And switching into a double op setup as well. Arya and Davey both utilizing those. We've seen essentially 3 members on the Splyce side rotating essentially who's using the op. Davey, Arya, and Freakazoid has picked it up a couple times here throughout this event.
And now for CLG, still holding up, still playing much more passively here at this point. As Splyce have done a good job of trying to round back and keep the economy for CLG in good control throughout most of this half so far, to be completely honest. It's one of the great things they've had going, despite the fact that they're now sitting so far behind. But with that big advantage from CLG, even having a small economical advantage is really not going to do much for you, as just a single round from CLG is going to end it and end their tournament run here in Austin as well. So for Splyce, going to be tested over to the A-bomb site as CLG starting to throw their smokes and whatnot over here. Jason R, a little bit impatient, it looks like here. Might try to get up in the face of Cutler when he tries to push through it. He can be the bomb carrier in theory as well. But if Jason R can find this frag and then he pushes out even further, then he can have control of that one, and that would seriously screw up CLG's plan. But it does look like he has a little bit more restraint, and he's going to decide to fall away from this one after he doesn't spot Cutler pushing out there within the first few moments.
Yeah, no real pressure put on by CLG, and they're running out of nades. They've got 3 smokes, no flashbangs. 2 are used just now. One's for the mid B, one's for Catwalk. A little bit of a distraction, but Jason R finds a kill out towards long. That's Cutler. Nothing done for him. That gains absolutely nothing to CLG. And now even Hayes coming out mid. No one there to trade that kill off. Davey with the op. That should have been an easy shot, you'd think, coming through the fire, but he's not going to land it. Freakazoid's there to recover. This mid to B split has gained him absolutely nothing. It's had no success whatsoever. Just down to Tarek, who finds one kill. Can he find another? No. Jason R with the big flank. So a couple rounds thrown together, and that was also the last buy that CLG is going to have, at least for the moment. They're going to have to be back onto the save. So nicely done from Splyce to at least give themselves an opportunity.
And back into this game they shall be here now with 33-11 for JDM now. Still going off, despite him cooling off a little bit here as they've gotten into the meat and potatoes of the second half at this point, but definitely still leading the way for his team by a very, very big margin. As now, though, CLG are going to have to go for the full save, so they can try to do that again in the next round, with the one possibly coming up after that. Should only really have to wait the one round, but Freakazoid will be tested first. Two of them just waterfall out from Cat, but Freakazoid, along with some assistance from Arya, is able to hold back both of them. Nicely done from him. Even only brought down a 27 HP, too. You expect him to be very, very low at this point, but still manages to hold out quite nicely. Now it's going to be Arya's turn. He decides to get aggressive here. Regardless, actually, he's going to be tested. They push up to the door, finds the first one, looking for the second one, but runs out of ammo, so he has to switch over to the pistol, where Cutler is going to be able to find the trade.
Pop flash now for Freakazoid. This has been a pretty clean round so far, but as I say that, JDM, not just the op he's doing work with so far, it's some pistol shots have been very impressive as well. But Davey, at least with the op push into upper B, is going to be able to cut them off from going towards this site, so they can keep, Splyce can at least keep two members over towards the A side of the map. Jason R is going to be in pit and one member in CT spawn, so if CLG were to go up Cat, it's just essentially a standard retake with the advantage. But coming out towards long, Jason R gets out of the pit, leaves his cover, but still, against two unarmored opponents, should have a pretty decent advantage, especially it's going to be a hard angle to clear when you have so much else to worry about. Easy first kill. Can the trade come in? Cutler knows he has no armor. He's trying to get the pre-fire. It's not going to work out.
So Splyce, another one, goes onto the board for these guys. The quest continues, but still a very, very long way to go here. And CLG, after taking control of map number 1, have a solid grip on map number 2, but it often comes down to this. Is closing out the map, that final round or two that's needed for this team to get themselves over the edge and actually take control of the set, and that's where they're seeming to have the difficulty right now. However, coming off the save round, AKs go back in hand. We will not be seeing the op over on JDM's side of things, but they have made the sacrifice to get a little bit more utility into the mix.
15-10, a possibility for Splyce exists still, especially like you said, not going against the hot hand with the AWP. JDM onto an AK-47. 3 members in mid for CLG, still playing with the smoke. And there it is, jumping up on the box. That's a nice angle from Arya. He's not expecting that whatsoever. So a 4-on-5, and this has kind of been the story of this T side for CLG. Once Splyce got control of their own economy, in a lot of situations where they lose the opening kill and Arya just can't get away. Spammed down through the door by JDM and Tarek.
Panicking a little bit there as he tries to get out of the mix, but not going to happen. Loses his life to a bit of an unfortunate circumstance, and now it's going to be a quick cat take coming in from CLG. Expect the drop play to move in here too, especially if they only have one player, Tarek, taking the lead here too. This could very quickly turn itself back around.
And Summit wanted to stay up on that ledge. He fell off. That was a little bit of an accident, so now he's got to get himself back towards the rail. He's kind of in no man's land at the moment, and he's going to choose to get closer down towards CT spawn. So this has turned into a retake. He's able to get the drop. He's not blind whatsoever. There's a missing flashbang in this execute from CLG. Summit gets one kill, dinks the other. Almost with 2, but it's going to leave the door open for Jason R.
With Fugly still low, though, and him being in the front, Jason R could immediately try to turn this back into his team's favor, but there's great smoke coverage coming up all over the site. So Cutler is going to shut down the first one back on the ramp. Freakazoid trying to turn the tides, but all he does is give away his position. Now both of them are sitting down here. Davey's that last one. Freakazoid does make up the first kill over on JDM. Now for Davey here too. They're back into the site, but here comes the flank from Fugly. Spots one of the feet of Davey, but Davey recovers, and now it's all on Cutler. Got just one of them jumping though, and is going to look for the final one, trying to close it out. So close, but it's all on Freakazoid. It's not going to happen. Cutler shuts it down. It's going to be a 2-0 victory for CLG.